As of the making of this video, there are 3 more days until the Guilty Gear Strive open beta. Dude, I'm so fucking excited. It's been 7 days since we last spoke about this, but they have just dropped so much information. So let's start with the plan, okay? This Wednesday, when the beta drops on my stream on Twitch, we're going to be playing as many characters as we can, learning all the different mechanics, and I'm going to be uploading all that footage straight to the YouTube channel just for y'all. Again, if you have not subscribed and followed the Twitch channel, go ahead and do that. And that's the plan for this coming week. But let's talk about what they've given us already. So first off, they've given us a number of matches. Let's start here with Kai versus Giovanna. So a lot of things become clear in the first few seconds of like real footage, right? This game is going to be a lot faster than we thought. Yes, it's neutral. It's going to be a lot more focused on neutral than maybe the previous installments, but the speed is there. We are playing an Arcsys game, and I want you guys to take a look at the different dash speeds, right? So Giovanna and Kai aren't necessarily going forwards and backwards in the air at this different speed. So some of the fundamental stats, not just the health, are going to be different. So really, who you decide to pick is really going to decide how you like approach the game, and I fucking love that, right? That's entirely different from what we get in Dragon Ball, all right? And then let's take a look at the UI, right? People were talking about counter, you know, the words are really big. The UI, honestly, doesn't seem to be an issue. I can imagine myself playing the game, right? Not just viewing the game, because that's different. When I'm playing the game, I'm pretty sure those counter hits, sound effects, and visual effects going off are actually going to be for the better. I actually like it this way more than like Street Fighter 5, believe it or not, because in Street Fighter 5 I'd get the counter hit and I'd be like, huh, what's going on? And I know there'd be like an effect, but like the fact that, you know, sometimes it feels like it kind of slows down. Maybe it won't feel like that in the game, but the fact that it kind of slows down will kind of make me aware of what's happening. So we'll start to look for those more. That'll kind of teach us the importance of counter hits, right? And then I didn't even know how I haven't seen this before, but there are like vertical transitions. Like, what the fuck? So do you, if you can hit a dust attack mid-screen, do you like, I don't know, is this the Giovanna thing specifically? I don't know. Well, let's keep moving on. Kai drops the dragon install. I know you guys have heard all about that now, so I'm not even gonna get into that, but it looks fucking awesome. He does tons of damage, but I want you to take a look at this DP, this reversal he does on Wake Up into his super, right? It looks like that is scaled down, right? So 2 things here. 1, you can actually combo from your reversals if they hit successfully on counter hit, and 2, they will be scaled accordingly. All right, and let's go ahead and take out the next match here. We have Axel versus Ram, and honestly, it should just be called Axel versus anybody, because this is a fucking one-sided match. Axel looks fucking busted. With all the emphasis on neutral, it becomes very clear that having really good buttons is definitely the fucking move. And I know you guys have heard about this time stop thing on Twitter and shit, and it looks like, because he tries to do it here in the first round, it looks like there's a certain condition that needs to be met. Maybe it's a kind of a parry, because from his starter guide, it seems like he doesn't have any reversal option outside of being in the air. He has an air okay reversal, air only reversal, and he has a super reversal, but he doesn't have a reversal he can do anytime. So maybe he has this kind of like a parry, and that allows him to do this time stop. I'm not really certain. But apparently he didn't have this in earlier versions of the game. So another thing's been kind of clear. If you kind of look a little bit deeper here, they will be adding moves over time. And just like Dragon Ball got opened up over time, I guarantee this game will either open up in terms of like options, or it will just get faster. So I'm super excited for that. I really like the idea of just like growing the game with the players. Alright, so next up we got Soul versus Nagoriyuki, and this one isn't so one-sided, thank God. But Nago here does a ton of fucking damage, and because he has this very particular attribute where he can cancel his special moves into other special moves, even on block in some cases. So whereas everyone else is playing like a derivative of Guilty Gear, right, with the Roman cancels and whatnot, he's almost playing Samurai Showdown, if you guys are familiar with that. I don't know if he can cancel his moves on whiff, but it almost doesn't matter. The sword just takes up so much space, and then when he gets the blood gauge filled up, he's going even harder. honestly. So I'm really excited to see what this guy's going to be doing. My boy Rufamonger said he's going to be all over this guy. He's getting even an earlier copy, or not an earlier copy, just access to the game a little bit sooner. So if you guys aren't subbed to his channel, I'll have that link in the description below as well. That's going to be your Nago boy. But it becomes very clear by now that if you hit someone in the recovery phases of their move, it will say punish, kind of like Mortal Kombat. I really like that, so people can just pick up and play the game. Also, it looks like Oki by this point, right, because this is 3 matches, it looks like Oki's not, it's a choice. It's not something that's given to you. They could be intentionally not showing us this, but it's become very clear that in order for someone to be oppressive, they definitely are going to have to give something up, right? Typically, it's going to be damage or positioning or something, right? I really like that, because I just want people to be, you know, I'd rather it be a 2-player game than a 1-player game ultimately. And if it is going to be a 1-player game, there should be some kind of counterplay. But it looks like as Arcsys goes forward, they understand that people actually want to be able to play the game. And I'm a fan of that. So yeah, these are some of the matches they've given us. They've dropped a number of starter guides too. I'll have the link for that in the description as well. So yeah, in between these matches, there's really only one thing that I'm worried about, and that's going to be anti-airs. Anti-airs being not so great or not so accessible to a lot of characters, like really good ones, is a very good way to get a lot of players just into the game no matter what skill level, because people just want to move around, use their air dashes and whatnot. And I'm a little scared the anti-airs aren't going to be in abundance, and so people are gonna, characters that can really do things when they're on top of you with meter are gonna be an issue. That's like my biggest concern right now. But besides that, we're gonna have 2-player online practice mode, tutorial ready to go in open beta, and 13 characters. Like, this is gonna be super fucking hype. So clear your calendars. We're going off this Wednesday. All right, I'll see you guys there. Get ready to fucking rock.